Christianity, one of the world's largest religions, is filled with wisdom, compassion, and teachings that guide millions of lives. It's a faith centered around love, forgiveness, and the belief in a higher power. Today, we will explore 10 precious teachings of Christianity, which can inspire us to live with faith, love, and kindness. Welcome to today's video. Whether you're a believer, seeker, or someone curious about Christianity, these teachings are universal and offer valuable insights for all of us. Let's dive into the 10 precious teachings of Christianity. The foundation of Christianity rests upon love. Not just any love, but a love that extends beyond the familiar, beyond comfort, beyond even preference. Matthew 22:39 tells us, "Love your neighbor as yourself." These words challenge us to treat others with the same kindness, compassion, and respect that we naturally show ourselves. It's a call to recognize the inherent dignity in every human being. When we love ourselves, we care for our well-being and seek out what brings joy and fulfillment. This is the love we're called to extend outward. It's not always easy. There will be times when anger flares, when judgment clouds our vision, but it's in these moments that we must strive to embody this teaching. Love is not merely a sentiment or an emotion, it's an action. It's a choice we make day after day to extend grace, offer forgiveness, and act with kindness. This is the transformative power of love, the kind that can change the world one act of kindness at a time. In Mark 10:14, Jesus says, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of God belongs to such as these." This speaks volumes about the heart of Christianity. Children, unburdened by cynicism and doubt, approach life with open hearts and natural curiosity. Jesus reminds us to approach our relationship with God with the same spirit of openness and trust. He invites us to shed our adult concerns and come to Him with the innocence and purity of a child. Furthermore, Jesus' embrace of children serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of nurturing and protecting the most vulnerable among us. Children deserve our love, guidance, and unwavering support. When we create a world where children are cherished, we honor their inherent dignity and the teachings of Christ. We create a world where love, hope, and faith can flourish. Let us learn from their innocence, their capacity for joy, and their unwavering faith. And let us strive to create a world where every child is given the opportunity to grow and thrive. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." This phrase refers to a state of humility, recognizing our own limitations and dependence on something greater. It's about acknowledging that we don't have all the answers and need guidance and grace. Often, our pride and ego can become obstacles on our spiritual journey. But when we approach life with humility, we open ourselves up to a deeper understanding of our place in the grand scheme of things. Imagine a cup already filled to the brim with water. It can't receive anything more. But an empty cup, a humble cup, is ready to receive. When we empty ourselves of pride, we create space for God's love to flow into us. This is the blessing of being poor in spirit. It's in this state of humility that we find true freedom, joy, and connection with the divine. Let us strive to cultivate a spirit of humility in our lives, for it is in this spirit that we find our true place in the kingdom of heaven. 14:27, Jesus says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." These words resonate deeply today as they did centuries ago. We live in a world often consumed by chaos, but Jesus reminds us that true peace is not dependent on external circumstances. True peace comes from within. It's a gift freely given by God, a deep-seated sense of calm and serenity. Think of it like an anchor in the midst of a raging sea. When we cultivate a deep connection with God, we tap into an inner peace that sustains us through life's challenges. This doesn't mean we won't face difficulties. It means we have a source of strength and comfort to draw upon. From this place of inner peace, we can face whatever comes our way with courage, resilience, and hope. In Matthew 6:33, Jesus says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." These words speak to the importance of aligning our priorities with God's will. When we place our focus on spiritual growth, everything else falls into place. Imagine building a house. You start with the foundation. Seeking God's kingdom is like laying a strong foundation for a meaningful life. When we prioritize our relationship with God, we tap into a source of wisdom and guidance. We gain a clearer perspective on what truly matters in life. This doesn't mean neglecting our earthly responsibilities. It means approaching them with a mindset grounded in faith and guided by a higher purpose. And when we do, our lives become more aligned with our deepest values. In Acts 20:35, Jesus says, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." These words contain a deep truth about true fulfillment. True joy is rarely found in taking, it's found in giving. Think about the joy of giving a gift or volunteering your time. These acts of giving connect us to something larger than ourselves. Giving doesn't have to be material. It can be as simple as offering a listening ear or sharing a kind word. These acts of generosity have the power to brighten someone's day and make the world a little bit kinder and more compassionate. In Matthew 5:44, Jesus says, "Love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you." These words may be some of the most challenging teachings of Jesus. It's natural to feel anger and resentment towards those who have wronged us. But Jesus calls us to a higher path of radical love and forgiveness. Loving your enemies doesn't mean condoning their actions. It means choosing to see beyond the hurt and recognize their humanity. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. The bitterness we harbor only harms us. Loving your enemies is a powerful act of liberation. It frees us from the shackles of hatred, allowing us to move forward with lightness and grace. In Luke 9:23, Jesus says, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross daily and follow me." The cross is a symbol of sacrifice and hardship. When Jesus tells his disciples to take up their cross, he's calling them to a life of selflessness. This call to discipleship is an invitation to a life of deep meaning and purpose. True fulfillment is not found in pursuing our own desires. It's found in aligning our lives with God's will. Imagine a seed planted in the ground. It must surrender to grow. Taking up our cross means letting go of our ego and attachment to material possessions. It means surrendering to a higher power, trusting that God's plan for our lives is far greater than anything we could imagine. In Jeremiah 29:11 we read, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." These words offer a beacon of hope for those navigating life's complexities. Trusting in God's plan doesn't mean passively accepting whatever comes our way. It means approaching each challenge with faith, knowing that even in adversity, God is working for our good. It means surrendering our need to control every outcome, trusting that He will guide us towards a future filled with hope and promise. Imagine embarking on a journey with a trusted guide. You may not know the terrain ahead, but you trust in your guide's wisdom. In the same way, when we place our trust in God, we trust that He will guide us towards a future filled with love, purpose, and fulfillment. These 10 precious teachings of Christianity offer timeless wisdom that we can all apply to our lives, regardless of faith. Love, forgiveness, peace, and trust in God are values that have the power to transform our hearts and our world. They remind us that true strength lies in humility, that forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves, and that peace is an inner state of being. They encourage us to live with purpose, to find joy in giving, and to face challenges with courage and resilience. Thank you for watching. If you found these teachings meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content.